Hello guys, good to see you back. Again, I'm back with a new tutorial related JavaScript DOM. And in this tutorial, we are going to learn a new method, which is JavaScript equal node. Here you can see a list A. And we have some fruit name in this list. Banana, grapes, orange and apple. With that, we have another list B. Also, we have some fruit names, banana, guava and pineapple. If you notice, you can see we have a matching fruit name in list A and list B, banana. And now I want to compare list A first node with list B first node, banana and banana. I want to compare both the list items. For that, we have a method named equal nodes, and it's return only two value, true either false. It's always return boolean value. If we compare both the list item, as you can see, these are identical. So it's going to return true. But this method follows some parameters. We know both the list items are unordered list item. That's why it's going to return true. So it's matched with one parameter. The first criteria is node type. If their node type is same, in that case, it's going to return true. The second criteria is node name. I want to say if first one is list item, it also would be a list item. Otherwise, it's going to return false. And the second criteria is their node name should be same. We cannot compare list item with paragraph, otherwise any heading tag. And the third criteria is node value. If we compare banana with guava, in that case, it's going to return false. We need to compare banana with banana. Then this function return true. Next criteria is their child node should be same. If we use any paragraph tag as a child in list A, then we should use the same paragraph tag in list B items. Otherwise, it's going to return false. Also, they need to follow the same attribute. If this list item assigned with a class, also list B item assigned with a class. Also, their attribute value should be same. If we use class XYZ, also we need to use the same class XYZ. So these are the basic criteria that we should follow in this method. So without wasting your time, let's start the practical and see how we can use it. As you can see, side by side, I open my Visual Studio Code editor and my browser using Live Server extension, and I already created an HTML document named index.html. Also with that, we attach a JavaScript file, main.js. As you can see in my body tag, we have total 2 unordered lists. In our first list, we assign an ID, list 1. In our second list, we assign list 2. So at first, I'm going to compare list 1 first node with list B first node. And then I'm going to compare list 1 first node with second node of the list B. So at first, I'm going to target this node. For that, we need to use this ID. So let's back to the main.js file. And here, I'm going to create a variable var, and our variable name is target1. Target1. Target1 equal to document dot get element by ID. Inside the round braces, we need to pass the ID name. In our first unordered list, we have an ID list 1. So I copy the ID name and I'm going to paste it here. And now we need to select this node, first node, orange. For that, we need to use a method, which is first child dot first element child, and semicolon to end this line. And now I want to compare orange with guava. So I'm going to duplicate this line and I'm going to change the variable name, target2. And here also I'm going to change the ID name, list2. So I'm going to compare list 1 first element with list 2 first element. And now I'm going to compare both the nodes with isEqual method. For that, I'm going to create another variable, var equal to target1 dot our method name is equal node. Inside the round braces, we need to pass the second variable, and our second variable name is target2. Then semicolon to end this line. And now I'm going to print equal variable in our console. So I'm going to type console dot log inside the round braces our variable name equal and semicolon to end this line. As you can see in my console, it's written false. If you notice, you can see it's match all the criteria, but it do not match with node value. Our first value is orange and our second value is guava. That's why this method return false. And now I'm going to compare this node with the second node, orange and orange. For that, here we need to use another method name, which is children. Inside the square braces, we need to pass the index number And as you can see, the index number is 1 because our index start with 0. So if I save this file, now you can see my console, it's returned true. And now I'm going to add an attribute list1item. So let's back to the index.html file, and here I'm going to add a class. And for now I'm going to leave it blank. After save this file, you can see my console, it returned false. But if you notice, you can see their value is same, their node is same, but their attribute is different. Here we use a attribute named class. But if I pass the same attribute name in list2, let me show you. So here I'm going to type class, empty class, and save this file. Now you can see it's returned true. But if I use different class name, then what? So here I'm going to use X, Y, and Z. And in our second class, I'm going to use ABC. If I save this file, now you can see again it returned false because their class name is different. But if I use the same class name ABC and ABC, and then save this file, you can see it's returned true. So this is the usage of is equal node function. So thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for our next tutorial.